welcome back to CityLine. I have one of my most favorite women. Her heart is incredibly large. Her wisdom is unparalleled. And she gives the world's best hugs when we're not. I'm talking about Lua Pritchard. She is the executive director of the Asia Pacific Cultural Center. Lua, hello, my dear. How are you?
Oh, hello. Hello, Amanda. It's so nice to see you.
It's beautiful to see you. It looks like you're on some kind of beautiful island.
My intention for today, just for you.
Well, sold, because I could use some island weather. So, Lua, the last time you were my guest on the comfy couch in the studio, we were talking about your 22nd annual New Year celebration. How did it go?
It went really well. It was extremely fabulous. People who were there was really, really. They enjoyed themselves so much. And Vietnam, the country of Vietnam, the community here in Washington State, did a fabulous job. And there's so many of them who came out and really made sure that their country was well represented. That includes the keynote speaker was Senator Lin Nguyen, so Joe Nguyen. So it was just great. And Dr. Minan Hodge from Tacoma Public Schools, she was the MC for their stage. And we had over 8,000 people who showed up despite the scary news that was already in the air about coronavirus.
Congratulations, boy. And that, that nothing will keep people away from these celebrations because the community and the family is so rich. So speaking of coronavirus, a lot has changed since you and I got to sit down together. Is your facility open?
Our facility is closed to the public, so we are unable to serve the public inside of the building. But at the same time, us who staff some of us will go in as needed, but a lot of us have been working from home. And then we try to learn so much about how to go virtual with our programs.
And speaking of that, Lua, I'm a big Facebook person, and I've happened to see one of your virtual programs on Facebook. And I have to say, first off, congratulations. There's that word that everybody is using now, and the word is pivot. You, Asia Pacific Cultural Center, pivoted so quickly on this. So tell our audience about those virtual programs on Facebook.
So we knew the month of May would be honoring the Asia Pacific community throughout the country and outward. So we really tried so much to just plan and prepare and learn how to put on our programs to the public virtually. Technology is so new to everybody. Not a whole lot of us will know that right away. So we had to do a lot of learning, and it took a lot of courage as well, because we're not professional, video cameras like Freddie Holmes. But we gave it a try, and there it went. So we did, for the month of May, we did 23 programs virtually, and it's still going to go on because we were so happy how our programming came out virtually. We're going to continue it. We're going to find a way to, when we do go back to normal, that we would still have virtual programs for those who can't make it at all, and like the disabled, the elderly, and people who our programs will go on and they're at work or so. Yeah.
Well, Lua, I, for one, who has insomnia, would love to watch virtual videos of APCC at 2 in the morning. So I'm gonna want you to encourage my bedtime routine of only beautiful things go into my head.
That's great. That's really wonderful. That's great.
So Lua, let's talk about, are you still doing your artist gallery?
Yes, we are, because fortunately we do it like 2 months. Every artist will take 2 months to showcase their art, and so the the artist who did April and May. So, and she's agreed to go on a little bit longer until we get the next person to go on, because yeah, they do. And then we go on virtually. We did a virtual artist gallery as well.
Okay.
We did that.
That's on my list of things to watch tonight.
Yeah.
One of the things, Lua, when I first moved here 24 years ago, I moved here in May, and I remember the first event I ever saw was the Polynesian Luau. Is that going to happen this year? What's the status of it?
So it was intended for August 15th, but we moved it back to August 29th to try and go along with the pace of going back to normal and lifting the rulings from the governor. So right now it's scheduled for August 29th. Everything is the same, and we're going out public real soon, diligently to get people to buy the tickets and sponsor the event. And also we're preparing for it to go virtually if we have to.
Oh, I love that. You think of everything. So, okay, here's a bigger one I'm going to throw at you. What about the Loa Cultural Week? What do you have planned for this?
So we did cancel it until next year, because it would be going on July 4th this year, and because we were prohibited from doing certain things, or a lot of things that we need to do, so we couldn't plan it well. And even right now, we don't know when Pierce County will be, and even that, because for the luau, people from all over the state come, and Samoa Culture Day as well. People from other states come as well. So, but we couldn't go forward with it not knowing.
Yeah, and there's so much planning that most people don't get to see.
Right.
But when you say, it was scheduled for July, and people may think, well, there's lots of time, but there's not time when it comes to all of the work that goes into it.
Right.
To have us not be able to gather would be, to me, really heartbreaking.
Yeah. So we're going to give it a big extra production next year.
Oh, I can't wait. I cannot wait. So, Lua, I want to change topics for a bit, because I know that APCC has been playing a huge role in the census. And what have you been doing since the pandemic with getting the word out about the census?
So we've been doing a lot of virtual meetings, and we've been doing a lot of calling up leaders and say, to do this and to do that, make sure. And so phone calling has been really instrumental, and as well as Zoom meetings and so forth. But and then also really trusting and depending on the leaders to do certain things. And that a lot of us too, we've been creating videos and so forth in different languages, so we can send them out to our people.
Oh, I love that. And what's the response been? Are you feeling as a community that people are going to the website and filling out the census, or you have what I would call the younger generation that are digital natives helping some of the elders?
So it's been really difficult, because our people is a person to person. We always have to sit next to them or knock on doors and so forth to remind them. And then it's always good to face, discuss how important things are. So it's been really, really challenging that way. But at the same time, we've been trusting each other as leaders to make sure. But that's why those phone calls are very important. We call them up and we put them on the phone while we're on a computer, because a lot of our people don't have computers also. They can't go online and do it, or they don't know what to do and how to answer certain questions. So we're doing a lot of work by phone. So we have them, we help them. We even do their forms for them if they give us the answers. So,
Lua, I have always said, if you want something done in Tacoma, you hand it over to Lua Pritchard, because she will get this done. By the time you get done asking, it's already done. The grassroots movement of what you just explained is exceptional. to think way through and to say if they don't have a computer and English is not their first language, how do we as a community get counted and get the money that we need to continue to support our people? Lua, you're amazing.
Yeah, and we as leaders, we have to be sure that we're number one, already counted for, and we've done our forms already. We can't possibly try to encourage someone else when we haven't done it ourselves and our whole extended family.
Exactly.
So we are responsible that way as leaders, and that's how we were addressing it.
So based on that, what do you want to tell our viewers if they haven't completed their 2020 census form yet?
So if you haven't completed, please just census2020.gov. And if you are able, if you're a young one or able to get on the computer and do that, it's so simple. It's only 10 questions, only 10 minutes of your time. But if you absolutely cannot do it and need assistance, call Asia Pacific Culture Center, call Tacoma Urban League, call, Central Latino, call all those organizations that can get on the phone and help you. Yes.
Well said, my dear. So this last 2 minutes, I get to look at your beautiful face. Would you tell us how we can help the Asia Pacific Cultural Center right now?
Oh, we refer to people who need help. And please, don't give them another phone number to call. Sit right there next with them and make the phone call for them. So until you connect to a trusted messenger who will be able to do it right for them. And so don't give them an address. Don't give them another phone call and say, here, go call this or go do this. Do it with them. Do it with them. And make sure you get the trusted person on there.
Beautiful advice, Lua, especially during this time when nothing seems the same anymore. We really have to dig in and do some real detailed follow through with a lot of our senior citizens because they have never seen this before either. And they're depending upon the younger generation to technically and digitally get us through it.
Yeah. And a lot of them, they don't trust the government that much. And, and they don't understand a lot of what goes on. So they need a trusted face, a trusted someone who can really, who they know will get it done for them.
And Lua, you are so much more than a trusted face. I love you. I love what you do for our community. Any chance I get to sit in your shadow, I am there. So Lua, I love you. Please take care of you and your family and your community. And I am just hoping that it's going to be a couple of months and then I get to hug you.
Thank you, Amanda, so much. And just as much our thanks to you for all you do for all of us.
My pleasure, my dear. All right, we have much more to come on CityLine, so don't go away. We'll be right back.